Well, everyone loves a little greenery in their home, but not everybody has a green thumb. But you know, in the wintertime, you gotta know all the tips to kind of keep your plants alive and thriving. And joining me now is Trenton. He's going to share all the tips we need to know to help us keep our plants alive. So Trenton, first thing, we have some lovely plants here. What do you have here?
So I have some easy to take care of plants here. I wanted to showcase things that people can grow. I know a lot of times people struggle with house plants. They might overwater, they don't know the conditions it needs.
Right, my kind of plant, something easy.
So these are all easy and they're very hard to kill sometimes. So down here we have a snake plant.
Okay.
We have two different types of peperomia here. There's one that has a waxy green leaf, and this one's actually fuzzy if you touch it. It's got a nice texture to it.
Yes, it does.
I've got a spider plant, and then down in front there's a big ZZ plant and a peace lily.
Awesome. Well, for those who are looking to keep their plants alive this winter, what are some tips that you recommend to kind of assist them in that?
The number one reason that houseplants die is usually overwatering. It's very hard for people to figure out how to water a plant because everyone wants a schedule.
Yeah.
They want to know water it every week or every other week.
Right.
And plants just don't do that. In the wintertime, they might dry out a little slower, a little faster if you have them over like a heat vent. So the best advice I can give is when you're looking to water a houseplant, you kind of want to look at the soil surface. If you can scratch it a little bit and see if there's moisture in the soil. If it's still moist, then you don't have to water it. But if it's starting to dry out, that's a good time to actually water it.
Right. That's a good thought because like even us as humans, like we may set up a schedule to eat, but you know, we don't always follow it. So it's the same deal.
Yeah, plants are the same way.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's talk about light. How does that play a factor in keeping plants alive?
So I'd say the most important thing, you want to look up the plant that you have. They all have different light requirements.
Okay.
Most of the house plants that we have are from the tropics. A lot of them are understory plants.
Okay.
So they don't need big like day length changes in order to bloom or to grow. Something to watch out for, your west and your south facing windows are the brightest. Okay. So if you look up a plant and it needs a lot of light, it needs to go in one of those two windows.
Well, say you have a plant that's thriving like this one here, and you said this one needs to be separated, correct?
Yeah.
How would you go about that, and how would you know that it's time to kind of like separate the plant?
Yeah, so with something like that, you can see the plant like kind of bushes out. So it spreads outwards in the pot until it fills the whole pot.
Okay.
And what you'll notice is it starts kind of strangling itself inside of the pot where it can't grow any further out.
Yeah.
A lot of plants, they just get too big on you if you need to like reduce the size of it again. Okay. And so what you can do is you can actually propagate it and make more of them.
Okay. Well, you want to show us how to do that?
Yeah. Okay. I figured we could start the snake plant down here and the peace lily down here.
Okay.
If you were to propagate them, you actually need to pull the whole plant out of the pot and cut it into pieces.
Okay.
And so if you look at something like this, here, I'll pull it over.
Sounds good.
You can see that there's like individual plants growing in this pot.
Oh, yeah.
And so what you want to do is find a section like that,
Okay.
pull the whole thing out of the pot and just kind of cut it down. Make sure that you keep roots with that section.
Okay.
And then you can put that into a new pot and start over again.
We are here at the Dow Conservatory. Tell people how they can find out more information about everything you gave us, as well as how to visit you guys.
Yeah, if you want to go to our website, it's at Dow Gardens. You can find out more about the gardens itself. You can come here in the winter. I know we have our butterflies events coming up, and that takes place in the conservatory we're in right now. If you ever want to reach out to me, you can find me here in the conservatory, and I'm always happy to answer questions for everybody.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.